Alright, so the lighting's pretty terrible on this one. But I've got the deck. Nice day outside. I think it's almost 80 degrees today. And so I've got the deck, got the 440, or got the X748 out and put the loader on it and lifted the deck up in the air. Got the deck all clean. See, we're already getting dirty again, losing schmutz around the pulleys. But got it all clean. Got the underside somewhat clean, or at least a little cleaner than it was. Get back here. Clearly this deck has been in a rock infested environment based on all of these dings and everything, but we've already talked about that from up here, particularly right here with all those rocks and everything. Pulled the blades off. I thought I had a spare set of blades, but evidently I don't. I'll show you that in just a second. Blades on this thing were just about slap worn out. The bearings seem a little bit better now that it's warmed up a little bit. When I had it outside cleaning, they seemed okay. They're not great, but I think we're going to just leave it for right now. But we'll go over and look at these blades for just a second. So these are the blades that came off of it. I don't think they were ever sharpened. At least I think they're just blunt impact, gonna mow the grass type. I'm not really sure. But anyway, I have this set of blades right here. I swear that these came off of a 60-inch deck. A 420 I had, oh gosh, 5 years ago. But they don't fit right. Obviously, aside from shape changes, you can see these are kind of straight and flat. If you see that, these are much more pronounced, curved. Now, the curve doesn't necessarily bother me. It's the fact that when you put them on there, they actually hit one another. Let me find out where oh yeah, right here. So you can see the edge right there. And maybe when they were on that 420 I had, they hit, and I just didn't notice it, but I didn't have it very long. I bought it and replaced the steering column and sold it, and in the process I replaced the blades because I had a better set. But I was going to use this set right here, but obviously, why did I say 420? This 425, sorry, 425. And so I mean, I swore these were on that 425, but you know, who knows. Anyway, so I'll have to order a new set of blades. Went through the deck. Get 2 caster reel kits for the back. Order this right here, a new rod to go through there. I don't know if I need to order a new rod here, but order 2 new wheels here. Order a caster kit for over here, because clearly that's, you know, that's real nice. Other than that, I think we're in pretty good shape, good to go. For at least the first couple mowings. I tested these bearings right here. They're okay. That one's a little noisy, but it's still free. Those are easy enough to replace. I replaced those on the previous 455 that I had. But yeah, so there's the deck for right now. Think we're just going to kind of leave it there until I get the parts ordered. All total, I think the parts are going to come to, well, each rear caster kit's like 31 bucks. Front one's maybe 35 bucks, something like that. The front one's like 28. Then 27 in the big wheel over there. The 2 wheels up here are like 8 bucks a piece. So you do the math, somewhere around 100 bucks plus the blades. Blades are probably 20 bucks a piece, so 60 bucks in blades. So we're looking at 160 to $200 by the time I get done on the deck. And that's if we don't have to do anything else. But it's coming along. So I can't remember what our ultimate cost is right now. But if we add that $260 into it, we're probably pushing, purchase price and everything else, we're probably pushing right at $2,800 for this thing. So, you know, obviously shows you that, you know, you get what you pay for. So, thanks for watching. I'll probably tack a couple other things on the end of this video. I've got to replace the couple parts and everything on the 455 that I'll throw into this since it relates to the deck. It's just such a nice day outside that I've kind of just been plowing through stuff, not really paying attention to doing videos. But anyway, where did I leave off? I was cleaning up the deck, got the deck all cleaned up. It's sitting outside, getting nice and dry before I put it back in the shop. So far on the tractor itself, I have replaced a little height gauge right here with one that still had a yellow tip. Made sure all of the mechanisms work. I have greased the drive shaft, and then I have greased both the steering hydraulic cylinder, both ends of that. I've greased the front axle, greased the front spindles. So all of that is greased, double checked on everything. I also got the hydraulic valve, the SVC valve, SCV valve working again. It the lower cylinder was not working, so got it working, got it freed up. Basically that's what the PB blaster and the rubber mallet are for. You just gonna tap on it a little bit and it freed itself up. I figured it wasn't too bad. What I'm gonna do next is I'm actually gonna change the coolant. So I'm gonna set the camera up and we're gonna change the coolant. So changing the coolant on these units pretty easy. You may or may not need a funnel in this particular case. If you look down in there, you can see that the drain just goes right into my little container there. So really you pop the radiator cap off, which I've already done since the machine's nice and cold. Grab a pair of pliers and the drain is right here. You have to rock it back and forth. Typically do once you get it loose. And you don't want to go too far, because you go too far it leaks out like it's doing right now. I may end up putting a pan under there. That should be fine. It shouldn't make too much of a mess. So I'm gonna let that sit there and drain for the next little bit. I'll fix that problem. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Obviously this time it's not working. It's actually running on the side already. So I'm gonna go fix that, finish draining, and then we'll come back and we'll add our coolant. All right, well, that was a fantastic disaster, or it has been a fantastic disaster. Let me walk you over here to this other side. So yeah, I went to go drain it. Drain went just perfectly fine. Somebody made the comment the other day, I make things look easy or make things look simple or stay clean. Yeah, I spilled, I don't know, probably 3/4 of the coolant that I got out. So I had to wash it and everything. But yeah, so I was on the floor drain, but that's just a dry well. So it's not it's just like a French drain. It doesn't go anywhere, so that's okay. Right now I'm just working on flushing the system. Based on the crap that came out of the bottom, I'm actually going to flush it a couple times, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull these hoses off, the upper and lower hose, flush out the engine block and everything else. Then I'll probably see if I can run some compressed air through there to clean it out, just because, I mean, there is some rust and gunk and everything in there. So, and the engine had run, so I'm going to work on that. That's not normal. That's not a normal change, I would say. But this coolant clearly needed to be replaced. I would show you the color of it, but unfortunately, I didn't have any left to show you. So, let me get on this, and we'll come back, and I'll show you what's coming out. All right, well, I have finished this disaster of a coolant change. So I filled it back up, got it warm and everything, tested it out, make sure the upper and the lower pipes are getting warm. That way it shows you flow through the engine. The thermostat's clearly got to open up before that. There is some water mixed in with it. That's perfectly fine. I flushed it about 3 or 4 times, but to show you, got it up to temp. So we'll turn the gauge cluster on here. You can see that it got up to temp there. It's actually cooled down a little bit already. So yeah, that was the last major thing that I have to do aside from the front tires. Still got to change those, got to buy new ones still. But now I can put everything back on. I can put the the fender pan back on, and then I can put the seat pan back on, or the footrest, and then I can put the fender pan back on, and yeah, drive it around a little bit, see if we can get it nice and hot. And well, mostly back together, just missing the decals and the grill and the new tires up front. Yeah, it came together pretty quick. I was just kind of jamming out to some music and didn't really get a lot of video of actually putting it back together. But actually just took it out, drove it around. You can probably still hear it popping a little bit. First time I took it out, I evidently, when I was messing with the fuel tank and everything, I pulled one of the lines partially off. And I got about halfway down the driveway on the first run, and I was pouring diesel fuel out the back. So that was a fun mess to clean up, along with all of the coolant that I spilled earlier today. And other than that, got to put the grill in right now. That reflector that I broke the other day, the brand new reflector that I broke the other day, I actually put some JB weld on it just to hold it in there a little bit. I did the same thing on the dash right here. You can kind of see it. I didn't mean to actually get it out, but that's holding that on now. I got the hood adjusted to where it doesn't rattle quite so bad. A little bit more of adjustment to do. It's a little bit farther off on this side than this side, but we'll get there. Other than that, tires, we'll get the new outlets at some point in the next, couple months. I think that's about it. Next to the deck, you can see it. Got the seat on. Forgot how comfortable the seat was. Get the taillights sometime in the next couple months. But next stop is to put the deck on and mow with it. It should be good to go. Drives nice. Handles nice. Certainly is a nice tight machine when it comes to steering. And you can see, turn the wheel and the wheels automatically turn. There's not much play there. So about to wrap this project up, and now you'll get to see me using it. I don't have right now, in the next couple months, I don't have any intentions of selling it. I want to use it, and so we'll see going forward. But I don't have right now. I don't have any intentions of selling it. Probably what I'll do is I still got to get rid of that gator back there. That's a disaster. But there'll be a couple videos on the gator because I've got to do some compression testing on the engine, things like that. So thanks for watching, and catch you in a couple days.